What's up, y'all? It's your boy Rob, aka Creative Chavis. Unfortunately, I caught the vid in big 2025. It's still out there, and I'm realizing I don't think I've ever had it. This is the first time I've had like the actual symptoms. I can feel it in my throat. I did lose my sense of taste and smell. So this is the real one. Whatever I thought I had before wasn't actually it. So I'm a bit down bad. Y'all stay safe out there. But Nintendo, through GameStop, just announced that pre-orders are back on in the US, and they upped the price of some things as expected. Thankfully, not the system, but they did increase the price of the accessories. So let's get into it. All right, so here we go. A second update from Nintendo. Pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 will begin on Thursday, April 24th, 2025. So yeah, as I said, the system, the bundle, and the games are the same price that they announced before. However, Nintendo Switch 2 accessories will experience price adjustments from those announced on April 2nd due to changes in market conditions. To me, that line, this other adjustments to the price of any Nintendo product are also possible in the future. That, to me, sounds like NSO. Right now, Nintendo Switch Online is $20 for the year. I don't remember how much it is for the monthly rate, but it doesn't make sense to get it at a monthly rate, in my opinion. It just adds up way too much over time. Might as well get the year for $20. But for the expansion pack, that includes Nintendo 64 games, Game Boy Advance games, and now GameCube games, that's $50, which in my opinion is still a great price compared to PlayStation Plus and Xbox Game Pass. But I had a feeling they were going to go up in price. This one line lets me know that they're going to do that. And so now I'm wondering if you can stack memberships, which you can do on PlayStation, when you buy like 4 years at a time and you're locked in at that rate. And we'll look at that. So apparently you can stack Nintendo Switch Online memberships of the same type for a maximum of 3 years. So sometime I need to pick a date to maybe get 2 years of NSO Plus expansion pack, just in case they up that price. Then they provided a list of the actual new prices. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not big on accessories. Like, the whole point of the Switch 2, or the Switch in general, is the fact that everything is in the box. It comes with 2 controllers. You can take them off, turn them into a separate controller. It's kind of an all-in-one thing to me, but I understand it's not like that for everybody, especially for families. Like me, I don't need the Switch 2 Pro controller. $85 is crazy, but it's not as expensive as like the Elite Xbox controller. This right now is on sale for $145. That's more than $50 more than what Nintendo will be charging. I believe they also have back pedals. They do, and 4 of them things. But for Xbox, I'm using 2 of these regular wireless controllers. I got a black one and a white one, real simple. The white one came with the Series S, and then I bought a black one for multiplayer. Ooh, these on sale for $45. All right, that's not helping your argument right now, Nintendo. I actually need to pick up another one because somebody spilled juice on the white one. And so there's juice in the buttons and they're a little stuck. I used to have a plug within Microsoft, so I got my Xbox and the accessories, the headset and the controller, at an employee discount. So yeah, the standard controller is $75, which is cheaper, but their DualSense Edge that has the mappable buttons and the triggers on the back, that's $200. And one can argue the quality isn't the same amongst the 3 of these controllers for Nintendo to charge $85, but that just goes to show you it's in line with the prices for other mainline systems. So an additional pair of Joy-Cons is $95. That's high, but I mean, the Switch 2 is compatible with the Switch 1 Joy-Cons. And so you got to really think about what's your reasoning behind getting another pair. If you're getting it because you want to make sure everyone in the family, like a family of 4, can play Mario Party Jamboree or Mario Kart all at the same time, I don't think everybody needs a Joy-Con that gives you the ability to turn it into a mouse. Y'all can pull out the old Joy-Cons and just use those. Why do you need an additional strap? I don't think that's something that you're gonna need right up front. And of course, I'm talking about what I need, not taking into consideration other people's needs. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm not getting this Pro Controller, our Joy-Cons, our grip, our straps, our those little silly wheels. Camera is something I was considering. The reason I won't be picking up a camera day one is because I don't want to be the only person on the camera. I need to see who do I know that is planning on getting it as well, and if it's worth it. Yeah, because a lot of people I know are on the fence about even getting the Switch 2. So I'm not gonna rush out and get the camera and can't even video chat with anybody. The additional dock set, instead of having another charging dock, especially an official one, you can always get one of these accessories. Like this right now is on sale for $9.98 on Amazon. You plug it into the bottom of your Switch, and then you can plug a HDMI cord and run that into the TV, run a power cable into the wall, and that does everything you would need for a second dock. Not sure if those are going to be compatible with the Switch 2, but if not, I guarantee they're going to come up with updated versions for it. Then there's the Genki, I believe, the Genki Covert Dock Mini, which is currently unavailable. So I don't know if they're working on making one that's compatible with the Switch 2. But this, in my opinion, is a much better way of having an additional way to dock your system. It's more portable, 20 times smaller than the original Switch dock. It has the plug built in, so you just need to plug in your Switch and then run a HDMI cable to the TV. I can guarantee they're gonna make one for the Switch 2. And I'm sure it won't cost no damn $119.99. So these prices are irrelevant to me. I'm not getting any of that. So all in all, the prices aren't so bad for me, because the only thing I plan on getting is the bundle with Mario Kart, and then I'll add games as time goes on. And I'm not getting everything on day one. I'm getting things when I'm ready to play them, whether that's once a month, once a quarter, or whenever I just have the time, or when I see it's on sale. Something else we need to take into consideration are the trade-in prices. If you have a Switch Lite, that can be traded in for $100. The regular Switch, $125, and the Switch OLED, $175. And me personally, I have a Switch 1 that I don't plan on trading in, and have it here. It's the Pokemon version, which I love. I think it's super cute, and it's all black matted out. Thumb grips and a case grip. I got them both off Amazon for cheap. I might sell this eventually, but it won't be through GameStop. And then I have, me personally, I'm not trading mine in. I am starting to try to build up my collection, especially with physical. All of the stuff that I had growing up, from my first NES, the Super NES, the 64, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 1. I don't have any of that anymore, any of those games, because my mom would just say, trade it in and get you whatever else you want. That way she wouldn't have to keep paying over and over again. And now I have none of that. So I want to hold on to what I have now. But if I were to trade them in, that would be $275. So that would make the Switch 1 only $175. Or $225 for the bundle, which sounds great. And I really wish I had my old systems just to like display them, but my house is not a museum, and pretty much all of those games you can play on the Switch, as long as you're paying a subscription. And we don't know what the price is going to be, but this is not an argument I could win against most people. For most people, sell your old Switch, get the money, get the trade-in value, and enjoy a cheaper price. But you can also use these values to sell your Switch on Facebook Marketplace, because no one is going to be able to find a Switch OLED for $175. And I don't see this online anywhere cheaper than $150. And mine looks better than his. So I can wait and end up making more than that $100 or $175 if I sell it somewhere else or a few years down the line when it's worth a little more. But yeah, there's a lot of misinformation being spread about the price and a lot of confusion about the price. But they're saying that it could cost up to $400 just to make a Switch 2. So Nintendo's actually selling it at a loss. They're increasing the prices of the accessories and the games and potentially the online service to kind of offset those costs. And they've moved production to Vietnam from China because the Vietnam tariff tax isn't as high as the Chinese tariff tax. So they're doing what they can, and I'm going to do what I can, which is simply buying the bundle, leaving it at that, getting third-party accessories where I can find them cheaper, selling, and using Deku deals. This is one of my favorite websites. It tracks the prices of games from all the official stores in order to find the best deals. Like, for example, I have my wish list set up. I wanted to get the Castlevania Anniversary Collection and the Contra Anniversary Collection. Even though they're only $20 a piece, it'll show you what's the cheapest it's ever been. It's all-time low. And I saw the all-time low for the digital version was $4. So I refuse to pay anything higher. If they had it on sale at one point for only $3.99, I'm paying $3.99. Thankfully, it's on sale right now for $3.99. The sale ends April 28th. I got like 10 days to decide if I want to spend my $4 or not. It'll really be $8. I have to get both. And it'll just be nice to be able to play Contra without having a subscription to something. Sega Genesis Classics at one point was on sale for $5.99. I don't want to pay any more than $6 for it, because it'll eat me up knowing somebody got it for only $6 and then I paid $30 like a sucker. So if you haven't checked out Deku deals, definitely check it out. Create a wish list of anything that you don't have. Create your collection. That'll show you how much you've spent and how much your collection is worth. Like the Dragon Ball FighterZ Ultimate Edition is going for $109.99 with all the DLC. At one point, it was on sale for $16.49. And if they've ever sold it for a price that low, they'll probably do it again if you missed it the first time around. I tweeted Kerpink Fury. He said $85 is a lot of money, but the Pro Controller is worth it. Then he went on to say, I'm a day one Switch Pro Controller owner, and the controller still works as intended. Doesn't have drift, and the battery lasts for more than a week. It's perfect. So I asked, if it's perfect, why buy a new one? You getting it for the C button? A lot of people responded, talking about the back buttons, the fact that it has a headphone jack, and people are saying that it's an easy buy for them. So I think Nintendo will be doing just fine. It's plenty of people that plan on paying these extra prices for their accessories. And obviously, I haven't held it in hand yet, so I'm not sure how much better it actually is. All of my opinions could change day one. But all in all, I think some people are just being negative just to be negative. This isn't the only thing that's increasing in price. I mean, go to the grocery store, look around. It's a lot that's been changing in these past few years. The number one thing that we should be complaining about is the price of wages. I'm not worried about this generation as far as prices are concerned. I'm just going to make some tweaks when it comes to how I go about purchasing things, and just taking a step back and evaluating the importance of certain things. I'm still super excited and I still plan on getting the bundle. I pre-ordered it. Okay, let me take that back. I didn't pre-order it, but I did register my interest to buy one from the Nintendo store. Depending on when and if I get an email for it, I'll know if I should stick with my Nintendo store or take my ass up down the street to GameStop and just get it there. So what about you guys? What do you plan on picking up? How do you plan on picking it up? Will you be selling your old Switch? Will you be getting extra accessories? Let me know down in the comments. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, just now while I was editing, they added a new commercial for the Nintendo Switch 2 featuring Paul Rudd, and it's a callback to the Super Nintendo commercial that he did back in 1991. And they even posted the old commercial on their YouTube channel, which I think is super dope. Excellent marketing. I feel like they're really hitting that target audience of boomers to kids. And I always said they should take the Switch 2 and kind of model it after Super Nintendo. That's what it feels like to me. And even though this isn't their very first time doing a sequel to a console, it just felt right with the Switch 2 being like a super Switch. So I love that they're leaning into that with the marketing, and I love that they're bringing back old actors to reprise their roles. That just gives me hope that they'll bring back Beyoncé for the new Rhythm Heaven game. I really want to see her redo that commercial with her kids. Oh my God, if she has Blue Ivy in it and they have the Switch 2 and they're playing the new Rhythm Heaven, that would be so cool. And this gives me hope that it could actually happen. So we'll see.